Hello folks, and welcome to our second Training Bite episode. What we're going to look at today is the new image function that's inside an Excel and how we can use that to automatically generate barcodes or QR codes for our data. So I have an example here of the Optima logo using that image function. So basically within a cell, you can use the image function, open bracket, followed by a URL to an image, and it will then populate that cell with that image. So the contents are in the cell itself. You can point to anything with a URL and it will generate the image for you. So that's useful on its own. The image is not on top of the cell, it's within the cell. So very good for catalogs, brochures, that kind of idea. What we're going to do is to leverage that with a very handy option we can use for a website that generates barcodes. And it's as simple as feeding our product ID in at the barcode source URL here. So the first thing we need is the web address of the site that has this functionality in it. So I'm just going to paste that into this cell. So it's equals the image command, open bracket, open quotes, and this is the website we're using. It's https://barcodeapi.org API auto. And again, I will put that address in the description of this video as well. / close quotes and all I need to do is to add to the end of that formula the cell that I wish to use to create the barcode. So that's the address for the barcode generator, and then we append to the end of that URL, in this case our product ID. So it's show me as an image in the cell, the URL here, including the product ID. Simple as that. And I press enter. And there's the barcode to generate that ID. Now I can make that a little bit bigger if I wish, or as it's a formula, I'm just going to copy that all the way down and it's going to generate all of those for me. You can see the way it refreshes there. Now for this to work, you do need an internet connection. I'm just going to make that barcode font a bit the cell a bit bigger. I'll undo what I just did there. Let's make that a bit taller so it looks like the others. Perfect. I can test that out with a barcode scanner. So I'm just going to scan that code into the cell right next to it. And you can see that it turns that barcode into that value. So that's using the image function with that specific website, barcodeapi.org, very handy one to use. And if I just show you what that website contains on its own, I'm going to copy that address, put that in my browser, bring that onto the screen here. You can pick all these different barcode types and it will generate them for you. So how we can use that within our Excel is if I change that URL from auto, so auto, the system assumes what the best barcode type is, I can change that to QR code. And it will generate a QR code of that for me instead. Copy that formula down. Now we get a QR code for each of them. And I can scan that as well. Same idea. So again, using the image function and that really useful website, barcodeapi.org, the very first time you use that, you may get, because you're using an API, you may get a security warning about do you wish to enable that functionality for this website. But once you say yes, it won't ask you that again. And we can use that to generate the barcodes. If we turn this into a table, my table has headers, and I now add a new item to the end of this table. So I'm going to press tab. This is going to be, let's say 11AB14. It's pet B, and it's green. You can see that it's already generated the QR code for that product there. So it will, as it's a function, automatically generate new codes for items as you add them. And all I need to modify here is the last piece here. If I don't want it to be a QR code, I can change that to be auto. And again, it's changed that for all of them. So you can leave it as auto. You can specify any of the available QR code types or barcode types, or usually auto works fine. That's it. Very handy. Saves me having to go off and mess about with custom fonts. Again, I need an internet connection to be able to access that website.